goes with another pro of the camera is the fact that it comes with C-Log right out of the camera. I mean, speaking about C-Log, I've tried different cameras. I've done Panasonic, a Sony, the Pocket 4K, and also Canon. And out of all these cameras that shoot in log, it has been the easiest, the funnest, and also just the fastest to turn around footage. It's so easy to color grade C-Log that if you're just starting, if you're kind of scared into log footage, honestly, C-Log is the way to go. Another pro of the EOS R, and this one is big for me. Like, this is what, oh man, like this is just gets me excited about the EOS R when I shoot video, is the fact that you can put an ND filter before you put your lens. The drop-in ND filter on the EOS R. As a matter of fact, give me a second, let me pull it out. So right here, I have the ND filter that will go in front of your camera and then you adapt your lens to it. And I don't know if you guys can see, but this neutral ND filter, you put this in front of your camera, this thing would turn in your EOS R that costs $1,800 and makes it act almost as if it was a cinema camera. And to me, just having this feature right here on an $1,800 camera, I don't know, it's just crazy. And the last pro, this one's actually kind of funny because I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me, but this is just me giving you guys my personal opinion after using this for 2 years. I love the slide bar in the back of the EOS R. Not having the slider bar on my 1DX Mark III, I don't know, I miss this slider bar and I wish every camera could have it. I've customized this slider bar and I've set that to be my white balance. So when I'm out shooting, I don't have to go to menu, white balance, or start doing any, like I can actually look at my footage through my LCD screen and I can just slide this with my thumb and I'm adjusting my white balance and it just, all right, cool. It looks good to me on the LCD screen. I hit record and I start shooting. That makes it so easy for me. And I've never accidentally bumped in or, oh, I accidentally shift my white balance. That's never happened to me, not once. So the slider bar is something that I really enjoy about the EOS R, which is kind of funny because a lot of people complain about that. Definitely not me. Guys, real quick, if you guys are enjoying this video, don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Let's get right back into the video. So now some of the cons of the EOS R, like we were talking about C-Log. C-Log's amazing, and it really is. The C-Log coming out of this camera is amazing, but it could be a little noisy. I noticed that C-Log on my 1DX Mark III is very, very clean. But the C-Log from the EOS R, I do notice it being a little muddy on my shadows. Now, it's not really a deal breaker. It's not something that's just gonna ruin your footage, but I do notice it. If I zoom in, if I want to pixel peep, I do notice my shadows could be a little noisy. It's just not the cleanest. But like I said, it's not a deal breaker to me. Another con is that this thing shoots in 4K. I didn't want to put that on my pros because honestly, I don't even shoot in 4K. I just stick with 1080p. It shoots in 4K, but it does a massive crop, which is okay. With the crop is okay if you're just gonna do a YouTube video or just a talking headshot. But if you're trying to film or if you're trying to go out and you're actually gonna be filming handheld footage, that crop will make your footage wobble so much that it's just unusable. So for those reasons, in my past, I just don't even shoot 4K with this camera. I never really jump into it. I kind of just stay away from it. I stick with the 1080p, which looks amazing. But hey, it is what it is. And another con is that it only has one SD card slot. My wife and I, we shoot weddings. And, you know, shooting a wedding, yes, you could shoot, and we have shot photos with the EOS R, which is amazing, but it's never happened to us before that we lose a card or we corrupt a card. It's just something you do not want to do if you're shooting a wedding. And for the last con is, well, actually it's kind of like a pro and a con. I should add it on my pros list, is the fact that it does not come with image stabilization. Now, it does have digital stabilization, which works good. If you guys are going to be doing handheld and you want to hold a shot, it looks great. But if you guys are actually going to be moving the camera and panning and, you know, have a wide angle lens, you're going to run into some issues right there. So it works great for certain situations, but not in all situations. If it had a built-in image stabilization, it would work great with any lens you have, any focal length that you want to be at. But it's like a pro and a con. I'm glad it comes with it, but I wish it was not the digital image stabilization. So that's pretty much it, guys. Those are some of my pros, some of my cons. And I know there's so many cameras out right now. You guys got the R6, the R5. There's so many other cameras that are coming out. They're all amazing. But who is this camera for? Is this for you in 2021? Should you guys still consider purchasing this camera in 2021? My answer is yes and no. If you
Are we tied? Oh my goodness. What a game, huh? They've had 6 basically. They've kicked 3. The scoreboard says 2. 7th inning to this point. It's taken 40 minutes. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. If you look at the Rangers, they've had 5 outs in this inning. Donaldson driving in the tide run on a fielder's choice. In Minnesota fashion in the top half. One for Tyson. Batista with a drive. Deep left field. No doubt about it.
What's up, everybody? Speech case 6. You already saw some of the on the table. You saw the art. We're gonna go through the features. You already saw some of the footage from it. That whole little coffee scene was done in 4K 60. If the R5 wasn't for you, maybe the R6 is. So I figured that we would compare them side by side. So if $52.99 is a little bit out of the bracket, or you just don't want to spend that, or if it's a little bit too much, or you can't justify it, whatever. Maybe $32.99 is a little more in your ballpark. Looking at the body, you've got the top-down dial. Okay, you don't have that on the R5. This is gonna give you your manual, your aperture priority, shutter priority, all of those things. You're gonna physically click that over to your custom modes, your video mode, your auto mode if you wanted to do that. But there's something nice about the tactile wheel where you just look down and you know what mode you're in. If you wanna switch it to video, you switch it to video. That's nice. You don't have the screen up top. You'll notice.
The Canon M50 is arguably one of the best cameras for creating content, to include live streaming. So in this video, I'll be sharing you how to live stream with your Canon M50 and turn it into a webcam. And be sure to stick around to the end of the video as I share the best settings to get the cleanest looking image possible. Let's get it.
You gotta just press record.
Hey, what's up? It's Omar with Think Media, helping you build your influence with online video. And on this channel, sometimes we do tech gear reviews, other times we do tutorials just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, before we get into the various ways that you can live stream with the Canon, I want you to do a few things. First, set your camera to 1080 and then set your focus mode to face tracking. By doing this, you'll get the best autofocus settings, and then I'll get into the rest of the other settings later in this video, so make sure to watch this video the whole way through. The first way to stream with your M50 is to use it with a USB. This method works with many other Canon cameras as well, but if you want to see the full list of Canon cameras that this works with, we'll put a link to that in the description below. However, using the USB option isn't a one-size-fits-all for this moment at the time of shooting this video. This USB option works best with PC computers and laptops, and really all you have to do is download the driver from the Canon website, hook up your M50, and you're good to go. This by far is the easiest and cheapest way to use your Canon M50 as a webcam, but depending on the length of your micro USB, you may want to grab a long one so you're not limited to where you place your camera, and we'll put a link to a good one in the description as well. But this is a very trustworthy option because when we first tested this way, we got it up and running in literally less than 5 minutes for a live stream, and so super cool way, but only works best with PC right now, and I know they're working on a Mac version of this. However, it isn't quite there yet, but I'm sure they'll get it down pretty soon. Now, there's something to know if you are using a MacBook or an iMac and you have the M50 and you want to use it as your webcam, and it is to either use a special software. The one that we would recommend is called Ecamm Live. This, like many others, is a paid subscription, but that's following the free 14-day trial. But what's cool about this program is it actually will read your Canon camera via USB, but the only limiting thing about this option is if you use Ecamm Live, you can only use it for live streaming to things like Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, but you wouldn't be able to use it for things like Zoom calls, Google Hangouts, or even StreamYard, which we love using it for that purpose for sure. Now, if you do want to use your Canon M50 for your Apple device, then you might want to look into investing into a capture card. And what
We at Canon are proud to announce the release of the official version of our